Yes, very good evening to all the lovely and beloved participants. I can see such young and great people joining the session from different parts of the country. I'd personally like to welcome Mr. Jijo, good evening. Mr. Raju, good evening. Mr. Gaikwad, thank you so much for coming. Very good evening.
Good
Miss,
evening.
very good evening. And Miss Rasika, good evening. Shivangi, good evening. Srinivas 1, Srinivas 2, both of you. I love all of you. Srinivas, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, so fantastic, sir. Wonderful to see you. Miss Tejas, Mr. Lakshman, thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the lovely participants joining from different parts of the county. Now, before we begin, I have a request to make. The request is please turn on your camera. I would like to see and I would like to interact. I do believe that every time we meet, every time we connect, it is all about friendship, isn't it? That's why I never believe that we talk to stranger. It's all about friendship. We connect with each other. It's the friendship that we make. In fact, that's the rule of communication. That's the rule of public speaking. Whenever you go and talk to people, never treat them as somebody who is a stranger. Treat them as friend. Talk to them on a very comfort and a clear connotation. So without any further ado, let me talk about today's session, what's going to happen, what I have in store for all of you. Well, first of all, I have dressed for all of your success. I believe that you deserve success, and I have decided to dress up for your success. Every time we go to someone's birthday, what we do, we dress up. So today it's your birthday. Today it's your day to grow, to elevate, and to see the greatest achievements of your life. I would like to welcome once again all of you. And today the topic is something that is so close to my heart. It has literally changed my life. I was at the rock bottom and it helped me to go at the top. It helped me to go and climb the ladder. Now, what we are going to cover today, what we are going to discuss before we begin, there are certain ground rules that we are definitely going to follow. Meanwhile, other participants are also going to join. So a lot of time people talk about competition. By the way, I'm also going to take the help of script, right? I'm quite vulnerable. I never lie to my students. I never lie to my audience. So I do request all of you to turn on to have notebook and pen along with you, because at the end, it's definitely going to have a great impact in your life. Because of today's session, see, let's start. And the starting of the session goes like, people talk a lot about competition. How many of you have a fear of competition? Please type I in the chat section. I. So please type I in the chat section. Do you have a fear of competition? Do you feel that competition is something that is stopping you from moving ahead? Well, today let's demystify the myth. What is competition? And is there a real competition at all? Thank you so much, Mr. Gaikwad. And I want all of you to participate by means of chat section. See, there is no competition. There is crowd. In Hindi, we say bheed hai. Competition nahi hai, bheed hai. For example, you go to a station. You go to a station, and in the station, you see that it's a huge crowd. It's a huge crowd and everybody wants to catch a train. Now, when somebody catches the train, what happens? That the compartments are divided into different dimensions, different sectors. We have AC first class, executive, AC third, second, and then we have sleeper. So the train is going to the same destination, yet the train is again divided into different compartments. There are people who are going to enjoy the journey. There are people who are going to go from first class, while there are people who will be sleep on the sleeper class. So it's the crowd. The most of the crowd is where? In the sleeper class. The competition is where? In the first class. And the competition is so less in the first class. And that's why I always do say that there is no competition in the extra mile. Whenever you do something extra, whenever you walk extra, whenever there is some extra effort that you put in, You distinguish your credibility and you go ahead and you are out of the crowd. So do not worry. There is no competition is there, but competition is less. You don't have to compete with people of sleeper class. You have to compete with people of first class, because that's where the real cream layer is. So what's the difference? Like, what's the difference between people who travel in first and people who travel in sleeper class? It's just an analogy to help you understand the mindset, because that's what today's topic is all about. The topic for today is something that will help you to reach from point A to point B. So what's the difference? Why is it that there are certain kind of people who get the opportunity to travel in first, while there are certain kind of people who have to travel in general? My God, how many of you have traveled in general apartment? God, by God's grace, I never have gotten the opportunity. Yeah, sometimes. But yes, in general compartment, the crowd is too high and it becomes unbearable. And there are certain characteristic attributes that you can learn. So what's the difference between people who travel in first and general class? Is absolutely their mindset. They do not work hard. They do not work hard on things. They work hard on themselves. Let me repeat once again. It's a famous quotation by Sir Richard Branson that people who are successful, they do not work hard on things. They work hard on themselves. And I know that all of you want to work hard on yourself. That's why on this Saturday evening, when everybody or most of the crowd decided to go and enjoy a movie, tea time, snacks with family, you have taken your precious 1 hour and is attending the class. So first of all, pat yourself. Pat yourself that you have taken this decision and have come over here. Now, before we begin, I would like to ask, how many of you are living the life by design, not by accident? Let me repeat my question once again. How many of you are living life by design and not by accident? You have designed the life, you have designed the life, and you are living the life of your choice. How many of you are doing that? Please type I in the chat section. Or is it that you are just going with time, or it is just that you are following the passage? It is just that things are coming on your way and you are accepting it without you even trying to understand what the situation is. How many of you feel the need, or how many of you feel the need or urge to change your outcome? How many of you want to change, by the way? Let me see. Nobody wants to change? I want to change. How many of you want to change? Type I in the chat section, because this workshop is only for people who want to change. Great. By means of your chat, I can identify whether you are active or not. So please be active. So you want to change. Please write it down somewhere that if you want things to change, you have to change. If you want your situation to change, you have to change. If you want your communication skills to change, you have to change. And before we begin, I would like to introduce here the Zen Buddhism philosophy, because the topic that I'm going to be touching upon is quite intense. And to move further, I would really like to introduce here and talk a little bit about Zen philosophy, what this Zen philosophy is. So in Zen philosophy, there is a word called Shoshin. Shoshin. What is Shoshin? What does Shoshin mean? Shoshin means when you learn something, you learn with open mind, you learn with eagerness, and at the same time, you learn with lack of preconception. You learn with openness, you learn with eagerness, and you learn with lack of preconception. So to begin with, let me tell you a story. It's, by the way, a true story. So what happened back in 1912, or back in year 1868 in Japan, that is called as Meiji era. So there used to be a Zen master by the name of Nan In. It was his name. He was one of the most beloved and appreciated Zen masters throughout the world. And that's why one day a person from UK decided to pay a visit to Nan In. He wanted to write something about Zen mastery. So the moment he reached at the monastery, he mentioned, or he asked Nan In that he has a little idea about Zen mastery and he wants to know more about it. To which Nan In invited him to a cup of tea, and there both of them, they were sitting on the opposite side of table having a cup of tea. And what happened, that the foreigner, that author, he carefully was noticing that the nanny kept on pouring the tea on the cup, and the tea was started overflowing. After a while, the author, that person, had to say that, Nanin, master, please stop, the cup is already full. And Nanin said, yes, sir, the cup is already full. The tea cannot go further. Similarly, if you have your preconceived idea, if your mind is already full, if your mind has already negative layers, then I cannot help you out. So in this workshop, I want all of you to be a empty cup, to have an empty cup, to listen to everything with an open mind, just like the kid learns. A kid learns with open mind, like a sponge. It soaks like a sponge the awe that kids show. That's why they learn things fast, and that's what I demand all of you to be doing today. So be a sponge, learn like a sponge. That's what you can learn from this story. That's the first and foremost important thing. In fact, there used to be a professor by the name of Owen Harari, and I love his quotation when he mentioned once. What was his quotation? That light has not come up from continuous improvement of candles. Light has not come up from continuous improvement of candles. Imagine if there was somebody who would focus on improving the quality of candles only, then there would be no invention of light bulb. So there was somebody with an open mind who decided to think of something, and he came up with an invention called open mind. And that's what I want all of you to be sitting here. And at the same time, do not sit with an intention of end goal, rather enjoy the process. We all are work in progress, isn't it? We all are work in progress. Even I am also work in progress. I also do work every day on my skills. I also do talk to different people and learn from your experience. So yes, we all are work in progress. So enjoy the process, and the results will definitely come. So carefully notice what I'm telling you right now. Your mind is the most powerful weapon in the world. This mind, and I'm not talking about brain. Brain is different from mind. Your mind is most powerful weapon in the world. It can change your life. You know this, I know this. But how many of us use this? That is the challenge. Let me repeat once again, this mind is the most powerful weapon in the world. Today, we are going to speak more on psychology. I am going to touch upon psychology a little bit. Why? Because psychology and communication are intrinsically tied together. Psychology and communication, they are intrinsically tied together. We cannot leave one thing and discuss about other. That's why I always touch the topic of psychology. That's why I always speak about mindset, because it has helped me coming from somebody with zero confidence to somebody who can at least speak in front of people with utmost confidence. Psychology, we cannot communicate better than our mental caliber. Always remember that we cannot communicate better than our mental caliber. It's not the work that you have to do outside, it's the work that you have to do on the inside. Let me share a story. Back in year 1964, post World War II, there was this fight between African American, black African American, and white Americans. Black African Americans were hated so much that there was a war. And out of that war, there was a house, and there was a small boy called Zahid. One day, Zahid, along with his father, decided to go out for a walk. And while walking down the street, they saw something that the boy Zahid, who was only 4 years old, he saw something unusual. He saw that there was somebody on the street standing on the bicycle and filling the balloons with something, and the balloons were flying. So initially he saw that the red balloon was started flying, and then after yellow balloon started flying, and so forth and henceforth. Now this activity for a 20-year-old kid was something that he never have seen before. For this kid, it was for the very first experience, and he went to that balloon seller and asked that, sir, could you tell me that if you fly the black balloon, is it also going to fly? The boy had seen so much hatred around blacks at that young age that he had to ask this question, that if you fly the black balloon, is it going to fly? To which the balloon seller smiled and said, it's not the color of the balloon that makes it fly, it's what's inside, that is helium air, that makes it flow. And exactly, what's inside is not going to change your life. Whatever you wear, whatever you put on, it's not going to change you. It's what you do inside is what's going to change the quality of life. Just like for the balloon to fly, it's the air which is responsible. Similarly, for you to fly, it's your mind that has to run at its optimum capacity. And that's what we are going to touch upon. In fact, I can give you all the tools. I can give you all the tools and techniques of communication, but it takes courage, it takes character to influence, to speak confidently. Confidence, we talk about confidence. Confidence can never come with tool. Confidence can come only when you work upon building your roots. That's why one of my mentors, he always says that I do inside job for God and outside job for people. Let me repeat once again. I do inside job for God and outside job for people. But we do the opposite thing. We do outside job for God. We go to temple, we go to mosque, church, we offer so many things, but nevertheless, we work upon here. That's the challenge. That's where I want all of you to work upon. And do you know why is it important? Let me give you one more analogy. The analogy is that I can give you the best in class tools and techniques to communicate effectively in front of people. I can give you extensive, exquisite, and gratifying vocabulary. I can give you all the virtue and wisdom. But if your mindset is not sorted, if this is not sorted, what's going to happen? That once a person will come and say that you do not speak well, and this one comment will drastically decrease your confidence. Just one person will come and say that you do not speak well, and your confidence will go down drastically. Why? Because this was not being taken care of. It was not harvested. It was not fertilized. You worked upon the tools, you worked upon the techniques. But what about this? This was not this was not harnessed. This was not utilized. And that's what you need to carefully understand, my dear friends, that without working upon this, confidence cannot be developed. That's why it's really important to work upon your mindset. I love this famous sentence quote by Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey used to say that success can never be found on Google. Search in Google that Google gave me success. Success Google is not going to give you, right? There is no elevator to success. People want to get success. People want to get rich quick, which it's not possible. There are stairs to success. There is no elevator to success. That is something that you definitely need to understand. And I would like to ask you that how many of you experience criticism in your daily life? How many of you have fear of criticism? That if I speak, if I do speak to people, if I do connect to people, then people are going to say negative things about me. So how many of you have this fear of criticism? And does it happen that in your daily work as well, you are being criticized by people? Does it happen? If yes, then please type I. Okay, I can see people writing yes in my initial days of work. Wonderful. And what about other participants? Please do participate by means of chat section. So, because never be spectators. Spectators do not get paid. Players get paid. So be a player. I criticize myself. Okay, all right. So that is something that you have to understand. My God, Do not criticize. If you criticize, see, today, let me change your mindset. If people criticize you, that means they have never given upon you. If people criticize you, that means they do not want to give up on you. I always go to at my home, and my mom always starts criticizing me that you do not eat food on time, you do not sleep on time, you just keep on busy yourself doing the classes. Sometimes you forget taking the food. And I really love when she criticizes me. Why? Because I know that she cares for me. She doesn't want to give up on me. Similarly, your criticizers, people who hate you, they hate you because they do not want you to give up. Of course, they want you to go down, they want you to like fail like anything, but they have not given up on you. That's why they criticize you. If they give up on you, they will not criticize you. As simple as that. So if people are criticizing you, be thankful to them. They have not given up on you. So why are you giving up on yourself? That's my question. Why are you giving upon yourself even when your criticizer is not giving upon you? When I heard this for the very first time, I had an aha moment. It was a bulb on moment for me when one of my mentors told to me this, that if my criticizers are not giving upon me, then why shall I give upon myself? Why shall I stop? I come across so many people who say that I am 45, I am 50, I am 70-year-old. Yes, I do have one student who is 70-year-old. And at this age, is it possible if I learn communication? Don't you think people are going to laugh at me? People are going to criticize me. And I tell them that they are criticizing you because they do not want you, they have not given upon you. So do not give up and show them that, yes, even at this age, also you can prove them that it can be done. You can be an example for them. Why do you want to be a warning for them? Be an example for them, not the warning. And definitely at the end, I will definitely clarify all of your doubts. So many things I have to cover. Let's go ahead. I believe, yes, every day I get criticism. It happens, dear. I believe every one of you, are you enjoying the conversation so far? Is there anyone who is feeling bored? Please type I in the chat section if you are feeling bored. And pardon me if I'm doing that, because I want to give you the best. So be an example, not a warning for people. And you can do anything and everything at any time and at any stage of your life. See, the most important tragedy, and please listen to me very carefully. If you want to write, you can write it down as well. The most important tragedy in today's society is that the human beings have successfully managed, the human beings have successfully managed to underachieve. That's the most critical tragedy, that human beings have successfully managed to underachieve. They can achieve so much, they can do so much. As per the encyclopedia, our intellect, intuition, and imagination, in short, our mind is million times sharp than animals, million times. So don't you think that our responsibility is million times more than animals? Animals just live for their food and life, but we do not live for food and life. We have shelter, we have emotional requirement, we have relationships, and our responsibility is million times more than that of people. And do you know why we underachieve? What's the reason? Let me tell you. One of the, and please, this is something, from here onwards the session is going to be intense, so never ever miss out even on a single minute of session. We fail because one of the responsible factors why most of us underachieve is because we rely upon our logic. We rely upon science, we rely upon logic, and that's why we fail. That's why we underachieve. That's why we fail. That's why we underachieve, because we rely upon logic. Let me give you an example to understand. There is a creature called bumblebee. There is a creature by the name of bumblebee. After the class, you can search on Google bumblebee. As per laws of physics, as per science, as per logic, Bumblebee cannot fly. There is it's inversely proportional to infinity that bumblebee can fly. Science completely denies that the kind of weight this creature has and the kind of length the feather of these creature has, the creature can never fly. The creature is not supposed to fly, and yet bumblebee flies. And yet bumblebee flies. So if bumblebee would rely upon logic and science, then bumblebee will never fly, but bumblebee flies. And that's what I want all of you to tell, that science and logical are in swift, but combine the science with the work ethics of your grandparents. Our grandparents, they had great work ethics, they had discipline, they had characteristic, they had honesty, but they had no logic. Our ancestors, they did not apply any logic. That's why they used to live for 85, 90, 95 years. And the biggest tragedy in human being is, let's say if there are 22 people in this workshop, and if I tell you that, if I ask you how many of you would be crorepati, bet no one is going to tell me that I would be crorepati. Why? Because we apply logic. We start thinking logically. Imagine that if bumblebee thinks logically, then bumblebee cannot fly. Logic has a limitation. What doesn't have limitation? Imagination has no limitation. Logic has limitation, imagination has no limitation. That's why there is this famous quote that you will get if you have read this book called Cybernetics. I highly do recommend all of you, you must read this book, Cybernetics by Mark Schwartz. Amazing book written by one of the greatest plastic surgeons of all. And this book is responsible for the birth of psychology. So this book says that make most of your decisions based upon your imagined future and not because of your logical past and present. Let me repeat once again, make most of your decision based upon your imagined future and not because of your logical past and present. When we make any decision, we make logical decisions by checking our past and by checking our present, but we never imagine that to achieve that kind of success, what I have to do. We never imagine in future. We we do have a fear to even imagine that I can earn 5 lakh rupees a month, 7 lakh rupees a month. Even that imagination also we have a fear. When I ask people that can you make 5, 6, 7 lakh rupees a month, and they have fear, and they say no, 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 no. See, you are limiting your imagination. Why? Because of your logical past and present. And today I am challenging you. In fact, I want all of you to please write down in the chat section that today is the last day. Today is your last day when you will give any excuse to your mind. Today is the last day when you will rely upon your logic. Use imagination, because that's where the real picture is. Owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he imagined something called Facebook. That's why Facebook is here. The owner of Zepto, a food app, a food delivery app, a 19-year-old boy imagined about it, and that's why today we have Zepto. People who are of so less age, they are developing something without even degree. They do not even have formal degree, formal education yet. How is it possible for a boy of 23 called Ritesh Agarwal to come up with such wonderful application called Oyo? Because he did not rely upon his logic, he relied upon his imagination, his future, not upon the past. So this is a common trait that you can see in all of the greatest successful minds. Last day for thinking myself low. Wonderful, Mr. Moniraju. Thank you so much. And I want all of you to write down in the chat section with full confidence that today is the last day. Just write last day. Last day for I thinking low of myself. One of my mentors, he always says that I want to achieve everything. I want to achieve everything. Why? Because if I do not achieve everything, then some selfish person will come and he will achieve and he will destroy humanity. So I want to achieve everything so that I can help people, I can help my family, and I can help society. So I want to achieve people, that's why I want to achieve everything. So when you have this open abundance mindset, confidence automatically comes into the picture. Wonderful. In front of people, great. I am super happy. All of you, today you have committed that it's your last day. Now I am expecting great thing, great confidence, great performance from all of you. In fact, few years back, see, let me tell you one story before we go ahead. I will just take 2 minutes. When I started this venture, I never imagined, I never ever imagined that I would be someday renting my own place and taking the class. Never I imagined. It was online. I had zero experience. I was an engineer, so nowhere I had any connection with English. And today I am sitting inside the office. An office from where I'm taking your workshop. So because I imagined in past that someday I would be not giving the workshop from my home, but from the office. And today I am in one of the best places of Delhi. From there, here I'm taking the workshop. I'm giving the workshop. So it's from the office. So that's what happens when you completely open your doors of imagination. Second reason why people fail, why we underperform, let's understand. We say no to a lot of things. We say no to a lot of things. No, I do not have time. No, I do not have patience. No, I do not have enough money. No, I do not have enough experience. We say no to a lot of opportunities. However, history shows that people who achieved massive significance is because they said yes to everything. And that's why say yes to experience, say yes to work, say yes to learning, say yes to opportunities, say yes and yes and yes and yes. And say no, Warren Buffett, it is the quotation by Warren Buffett. He says that say no only when you have achieved everything. When you have achieved everything in life, then only say no. Before that, never ever say no. Always say yes. Because yes man is the person who is going to get everything. No man does not get anything. So say yes to every opportunity. In fact, say yes to experience. And how experience comes? I have come across the best definition of experience. So the definition of experience is what? Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. Let me repeat once again. When do you get your experience? When you do not get anything that you want. So imagine if I want to achieve best in terms of communication, but I have not achieved it yet. This is my experience. Over a period of time, this experience of failure, this experience of rejection is going to be the path that I need to follow to get to success. So experience you get only when you do not get what you wanted. That's what I want to tell you, that until you do not get your success, say yes to everything so that you can get experiences, you can get failure. People may tell you that be safe, do not play, be very risk averse, be very stringent, control yourself, do not take risk. I'm telling you, take risk. Take risk because there is a movie, right? There is a movie Harshad Mehta, Rishk Hai To Ishq Hai. So that is something that I would like to say, that if you do not take risk in life, then I'm sorry to say, but nothing can change. If things have to change, you have to change. Take risk. That is the most important quality. And to get experience, you need to just do three things. You just need to do three things to get most out of your life, to get better experiences. The first one is take charge of long life learning. They take charge of lifelong learning. Always be a learner. Always be a learner. Never ever think that I have learned everything, I know everything, I don't need to know anything. Always be receptive and always be open to get more experiences, and that you get by take charge of lifelong learning. So the first thing that you need to learn from today's session is be a lifelong learner. Keep on learning new things. In fact, as per famous Richard Branson, as per Sir Richard Branson, who is the founder of ClickFunnels, he always says that I still, when I am a billionaire, I keep on learning every day. So why not people want to learn? That's the first thing. The second thing is develop your own learning curriculum. You have to develop your own learning curriculum. And third point is very nice, Lakshman. And third point is commit to an annual investment to upgrade and innovate your mindset. Always when you get to whenever you get an opportunity to go to workshop or webinar or anywhere where there is somebody who wants to come and change your mindset, someone who wants to come and help you out, be always open for coaching, always be coachable. Because these three things, first of all, always have a lifelong learning approach. Second, take time and develop your own learning curriculum. And third is commit to an annual investment. Set out some amount of money for your own growth. Because if you put money in bank, it will gain only 4% return. And that's why I always do say that imagine there is a 10 rupee note. So right now, if I take this 10 rupee note out of my pocket, oh, luckily I have 50 rupees note. So if I take this 50 rupees note out of my pocket, so it's it's 8 right now. The time is 8 minutes past 8. So from 7:30 to 8 p.m. there is no value addition in this 50 rupees. The 50 rupees is still 50 rupees. But don't you think that in these 30 minutes there is some value addition in your mind? There is some value addition in your learning that is going to help you in future. So the value of this 50 rupee will not change, but your value has changed. And if your value will change, of course you will get more value, you will get more money. So never ever stop investing on yourself, because Tony Robbins, who is one of the greatest communicator of all, he says that the best investment that you can do is, of course, on your own self. That's the best investment. Zero risk. In share market, in everywhere you invest, you have a risk. But here, zero risk. So if you want a risk-free business, invest on your own learning. Invest on yourself. You will get exponential returns. Now, at the so this is now going to be the finale stage of the workshop. That is 9 characteristic attributes of highly successful people. I will definitely touch upon, because the more I go into my mindset, the more deeper the concept is. Hence, in upcoming sessions, in upcoming workshops, I will cover more of mindset. I will touch more of this topic, mindset. But today, let's discuss also about 9 characteristics of highly successful people. And if you have these characteristics, then you can be successful. If you do not have, work upon it. Build these characteristics. Write it down if you want to write it down, else the session is being recorded. You will get the recording. But I do recommend you to write it down, because when you write something, you manifest. When you write something, you manifest. That's why in our schooling and college system, they asked us to write, because they wanted us to learn, and they wanted everything to go inside the mind. So 9 successful characteristic, and the first successful characteristic of successful person is, before going to characteristics, I would like to share one statement, that is, success is not a consequence of destiny, fate, or luck. Success is a consequence of the choices and decisions that you make. Success is not a consequence of fate, destiny, or luck. Success is the result of decisions, choices that you make. And the first choice that you have to make is From today onwards, stop feeling that you are entitled. Stop feeling that you are entitled. What is the meaning of this? Stop feeling that you are entitled means, let's say, 3 days back, you achieved something exponential, something magnificent. You had a sales call, you had to crack a deal, and you cracked it. And now it's day three. It's almost 3 days, but still you are living in the past. Still you are in the past. You are happy about this past achievement. But what about today? You are spoiling your today. So a successful person is someone who knows that if he has to earn the respect, he has to do it every single day. A successful person is someone who knows that if he has to earn the respect, he has to earn it every single day. And that's why he gives his best every single day. He does not feel that I achieved so much last month, I am a great person. No, they always has this attitude and approach that they want respect. For that they have to work hard, they have to crush themselves every day. That's the first characteristic of any successful person, that they never feel entitled. They work every day because they know that they have to give their best, they have to earn the respect every single day. That's the first characteristic attribute. The second characteristic attribute of any successful person is they have very clear goals. They have absolute clear goals. What they want to achieve, when they want to achieve, what's the time frame of achieving that. Every single thing is planned. The way you plan, so this is the remote of AC, air condition. The remote I plan in which temperature I need to sit in. Similarly, the successful person plans every single day. In fact, yesterday I was attending one of the workshops of Mr. Abhi Arya. Do you know Abhi Arya? How many of you? Do you have any idea who Abhi Arya is? No? So Abhi Arya is the first person back in year 2003 who came up with this concept called Internet Moguls, and somebody who was responsible for taking hospitality industry online. Only person to do in India. Back in year 2003, when only 700 internet connections were there in New Delhi, he had the vision to take the hotel and hospitality industry online. And that's where when Mintra, GoIbibo and other websites came, they came and tied up with this person. And yesterday I was attending his session. He was giving his class from Canada, and I was in direct connection with him. And I got an opportunity to ask questions from him. It was an amazing thing, amazing moment. And I asked him this question, that, sir, why is it that you are so successful, you are a billionaire, at the age of 47, still you are working so hard? And he said that, Arindam, I do have crystal clear goals, and I know exactly where I want to have, where I want to go, and I want everything. I want everything, Arindam, because I know that if I have everything, I can give everything. If I have nothing, I can give nothing. So just for that, I work hard, I push myself every day, and I have clear written goals. That's the biggest inspiration for me yesterday. And I realized one more, in fact, he mentioned one more thing, that when you have goals, don't be afraid of goals. So let's say if I make a goal that today I am making 40,000 rupees a month, and 3 months down the line, I want to make 70,000 rupees. That's a goal that you have made. But at the same time, you will be afraid of your goal. That is it, like from 40 to 70, it's almost 70% jump. Can I make it? No, 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 it's not possible. Let me stop. Let me think small. I am just thinking wishfully. So don't be afraid of goals. He mentioned one more thing, that you should be excited by your goals, not afraid of goals. When you see your goals, you should be excited that, okay, now I make 40, I have to make 70. Let me see what I have to learn. Let me see the kind of skills that I need to follow. Let me see that how I can make 70K, what kind of efforts I need to put in, what kind of people do I need to meet in. If I make 70K, I will be a role model for my kids as well. My kids will look up to me that my father, my mother did it. Your goal should excite you. Your goal should not make you feel afraid. Your goal should excite you. And that was the point when I learned from him yesterday. And I am thankful that today I'm able to share this with all of you. That your goal should excite you, never be afraid of goals. Third point, successful people are highly organized in terms of their environment and time. So be highly organized in terms of managing time and your environment. So imagine that your environment is not supporting you. Environment means the kind of people that you surround yourself with. Are they encouraging you or are they demeaning you? Wherever you sit, at your office or at your home, is everything placed in organized manner? Or every time you have to look for something, you always ask your mother or wife, where is this, where is that? Successful people are highly organized, highly, in terms of their environment and time. That's why they have crystal clear thought, and when they speak, it reflects in their speech as well. A lot of you tell me, you ask me that, sir, there are some people in my office, when they speak so nicely that I feel that he has less experience than me, but how can he speak so well? Because the way he speaks is how he does everything. He organizes everything. He organizes time. He organizes his nature, his environment. That's why his thoughts are organized. His speech is organized. That's the quality of successful people. They are highly organized in terms of environment and time. Now let's talk about the next fourth quality. They have strong desire to improve. They have strong, intense desire to improve. In fact, in today's workshop, there are so many people, I would definitely not call their name, but in today's workshop, there are people that I can see who have great experience, who have great human being, who have achieved everything, but still they have a strong, intense desire to learn. Some people have joined the workshop for the very first time. Why? Because they have a strong desire to learn. And people who have a strong desire to learn, they can never be stopped. In fact, if we talk about the owner of Microsoft, Bill Gates, even till date, he has a coach. The name of his coach is Tony Robbins, Robin Sharma. He still learns from them. He still reads book because he's coachable. He believes in improving. He believes in learning. So they have a strong desire to learn. And that's why in this book called Think and Grow Rich, the book that I covered in one of my earlier workshops, the first chapter in this book is strong burning desire. If you have a burning desire, not desire, strong burning desire for something, you will get it. Fifth point, are you assertive? It is one of the most important qualities of successful person. They are assertive. They are not introvert, they are not extrovert, they are assertive. Now what is assertive? They think rationally than emotionally. Sometimes we get emotional, and the decisions that we take based upon our emotions, most of the time they are wrong decisions. Sometimes they are right, but most of the times they are wrong. So be assertive. Be assertive, be very sure and specific about what you want. Take personality test. In fact, on Google, you can search for personality test and you will get hundreds and thousands of personality tests online. Just attend the test. The tests are available for free. It will ask you a couple of questions and it will show you the kind of personality that you are. So you need to know your values, what values you stand for, so that you can take the decision. And if somebody comes and tries to manipulate you emotionally, you can at least tell him that, see, this is what I stand for, this is my personality, and I cannot change that for you. So take this personality test. There are so many personality tests available online. You can search for it on Google and you will get it. And it will hardly take 10 minutes. It's a free exam and you will get your report card. Next quality of successful people is that they are good at dealing with setbacks and challenges. They are really good at dealing with setbacks and challenges. They easily deal with their setbacks and challenges. It's not that they are successful, that means they do not get setbacks. Everybody gets setbacks, but they bounce back. They get setback, they bounce back. They get setback, they bounce back. There is a book, Can't Hurt Me. I recommend all of you to read this book, Can't Hurt Me, by David Goggins. So I'm writing it in the chat section. You can order it. It's my highly recommend. I highly do recommend you this book, Can't Hurt Me. Let me just write it down. It's Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. You can simply search for it. It is this man, David Goggins. He is considered to be as the toughest man of the universe. Toughest man. Why? Because this man is so crazy that he ran non-stop for 47 hours. 47 hours. For 47 hours, he ran non-stop in marathon. If you apply logic, it's not possible for a human being to continuously run beyond 27 minutes. And he ran for 47 continuous hours. Can you imagine? And this person is considered to be as the toughest person in this entire world, David Goggins.
Hi Arindam, Srinivas here. I hope you are able to see the book. I already bought this one long back.
Superb, superb, amazing, amazing. Superb.
I just want to show it to other people. That's it.
That's really great. Wonderful. Can't hurt me. So wonderful. Wonderful.
What is the author? Author David?
David Goggins. David Goggins. D-A-V-I-D, David Goggins. So Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So go for it. When you have setbacks, when you have anything, accept it. Accept your setbacks and work upon it. As simple as that. Because when you accept your setbacks and work upon it, you get result. So setback, bounce back, setback, bounce back. Let's go to the next point, which is, are you unafraid to ask for advice and assistance? Be always open for asking for advice and assistance. Never let your ego come in between. That why should I ask him? I am the manager of this company. Why should I go and learn from someone? Always be open for advice. Always be open for assistance. Because you may be good at one thing, but someone is good at another thing. Go take the advice and be good at that thing. As simple as that. Why is it that when it comes to learning, we always keep our ego in between? Why? It cannot serve you. Ego takes you away from a lot of opportunities. So always accept advice and assistance. And the last point is, successful people are highly ambitious. Be very ambitious. I see a lot of people, they say that, sir, I have to go to wedding. I cannot attend today's class. Sir, today I have a nausea. I cannot attend today's class. Sir, I think today my stomach is not feeling, my stomach is upset. I cannot take class. Unless you do not have the ambition, you cannot learn things. I can provide you with the best possible pistol. But if you do not know, or if you are not ambitious to kill someone, then this pistol is a waste of money for you. This pistol cannot kill anyone. You have to use this pistol and kill someone. And this is the example that I gave to somebody, that let's say this is, let me take some example. Okay, so here it comes. Imagine that this is the bullet. This is a bullet. And if I throw this bullet like this, if I throw this bullet like this, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill me. So this bullet cannot kill me. But imagine if I put this bullet inside the pistol and then fire someone. For sure, this bullet will kill someone. So the bullet is same, but Without pistol, this bullet even is losing its momentum. Similarly, without mindset, we lose our momentum. So this mindset is like the pistol, and this bullet is your skill. So you have to combine this skill with this pistol and fire it, and that is when you can achieve your desired goal. That is when you can get to significance. That's how important mindset is. That mindset is nothing but that pistol which you hold. And I would like to give you the example before concluding the session. I would like to give you the example of Sachin Tendulkar. So see, Sachin Tendulkar was playing against Sri Lanka, and he was practicing for before going for the World Cup. And while practicing, he was making some mistake. Like he wanted to hit the boundary, but somehow he could not do that. He was, of course, he's the Lord, he's the God of cricket, and he was planning for some shots, but he could not do that. He wanted to he wanted to hit the ball in a way that it can easily go and touch the boundary. So he went up to his mentor, he went up to his teacher. He did not think that I am the Lord of cricket. Why should I go to coach and ask him? He decided to go to the coach and ask him that, coach, am I making some mistake? I want to hit the boundary and I have been trying really hard on this ground. However, I cannot do that. So what's going on? So what his coach did. So he used to I don't know that whether I can show it or not. So he used to hand like he used to grip the bat like this. He used to grip his bat like this, and his mentor just changed the degree by little bit. So he used to hold the bat like this, and his mentor asked him that instead of holding your bat like this, just change the angle by 3 degree. Just change the angle by 3 degree and then hit. And when he did it, my God, he scored back to back. He was able to hit balls ahead of the boundary. Just a little degree shift from here to here, just a little degree. And so by this workshop, by means of this workshop, I'm trying to make that shift for you, that little shift for you, so that you can understand that even you can also make this change. You just need to shift your mindset a little bit. That's it. And you can also hit the boundary. All of you have the potential, all of you have the skill set. It is just shifting your mindset by this 3 degree, and definitely, like Sachin hit the boundary, you will also hit the boundary in your life. So with that, I would like to rest my speech, and now the session is open for Q&A. Right now the session is open for feedback. If you want to ask anything, if you want to share anything, you can just unmute your audio and you can speak up. Whatever is going on in your mind, if you have some feedback, anything that you would like to share, you are most welcome. And I have enabled the audio for all of you. You can unmute. Yes, Mr. Srinivas. Good evening.
And very good evening, and thank you so much. It was a lovely session, and the kind of initiative you've been taking for the last couple of weeks, which I have been looking, it was an awesome. Where there is every week we learn something new. These small things is very much required on a day-to-day basis. I myself have started looking at some change in my for the year 2022. If you ask me, I started doing small changes in my life. It's bringing a lot of value. Let it be a time management, or the reading the books, or learning the new technology, right? So added to that, this kind of an this inspirational or motivational, this will help the other people as well. And yes, there are a lot many takeaways for me, and the characteristics you have shared me, and the personality test as well. I'll definitely go to that. The personality test is something which is very new to me, but however, these things are really valuable. If I think if I can implement at least even couple of that, I think I can change a lot many things in my life. Thank you so much for organizing this session. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. And it really means a lot, Mr. Srinivas. Your feedback really means a lot. And
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
sir.
Thank you so much.
yeah, good evening. Good evening. How are
Hi,
you,
sir.
Vital?
I'm fine, sir. It's a very nice session. You organized that session. Very nice session. And we got a lot of knowledge means how the success people become success in their life. So that's a very nice, nicely explained us. Okay. If you implement that 9 characteristics in our life, then we will be definitely get a success. No doubt about that. Um, but sir, because of the workshop, we have started. I have started my changing the habits. Means I have purchased one book that Think and Grow Rich now, and I started reading that book because of you only. Thanks to you, sir.
Wonderful. Wow, that is called as taking action. Really, Vital, I'm so proud of you. Amazing. I'm
I
really
will
proud.
change. I will change my habits day to day, and also improve my time management skills also. Okay. So yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Super. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And yes, Jiju.
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful speech and even more very interesting stories. Actually, we like interesting stories. Actually, I liked and it struck my mind. And unfortunately, I didn't get the 9 and 10 the characteristics of a successful person. I hope you will mention it now after this. And really, I like your speech, and it was very good, very fantastic. I mean, it was awesome, and even the story I like the most. What you did here now, most of the stories are very interesting and very strikeable to my mind, and I believe that everyone strike all the stories. It was interesting, and that's all. Thank you.
Wow, great, amazing, Jiju. Wonderful. Thank you so much for this feedback. This feedback really means a lot. Like it pushes us to give you more. And thank you so much, Palash, for your wonderful comment. It really means a lot. The kind of comments and feedback that you put in, it definitely adds a value to us. And there are some new members in the community. Yes, I would like to ask some people. Yes, Sandeep, it's your first experience, I guess. So how was it? Yeah, Sandeep. And yeah, we have Mr. Mr. Nana Sahib Gaikwad. Yeah, Mr. Nana Sahib, how was your experience?
The session was good, really good. But I miss last part because of network issue.
No problem, sir. You will get the recording.
Yes, yes.
I'll share the recording, and I will. And I would like to ask you. I would like to see you one day giving the workshop.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Wonderful. So
Sure.
it means a lot, sir, that you have come and joined in the session. And it shows that how devoted. I know that all of you are working professionals and managing time. 1 hour, it's not easy for all of you. I completely understand, and I do respect all of your time. But the kind of devotion that all of you show, it really moves me. It really makes me emotional, and that's why I always try to give my best. So thanks to all of you. Like, you deserve it. And I promise you that all the participants who are in this workshop, I will give my 500%. Whatever I know, I will definitely give my 500% to add more and more value. That's a promise from my end. So thank you so much for giving me your valuable time. It really means a lot, because time is something that there's no alternative of time.
Hi, Arindam sir.
Yeah,
Can you?
hi, Lakshman. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I am wonderful, sir. Doing wonderful, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. This session is almost a mind-blowing session, sir. Because you know that, sir, we are now learning, and we didn't know about how we have to apply these things in our life, sir. Because you said about the 9 successful tips, which is very great, sir. And definitely I will follow on these tips, because you know that the and one I would like to say that you say about if anything you want to do in your life, then you have to take a risk, because you have do not take a risk, then you can't get the experience. So these things I like very much, and now I am improving little much, and whatever you taught me, and definitely I will follow, sir. And these sessions always, I like that this session always boost our instinct high, and also think like out of the box, because we are just stable in one place, and we do not know about the how we have to read, which tips we have to follow in our life to get better in our life, to improve day by day. So this session is very wonderful for me, especially about the 9 successful tips. Definitely I am working on this, and definitely I adopt these tips in my life now. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Great. Clap for Lakshman and clap for all the participants. Superb, superb. Yes. Now you can unmute Sandeep. Yeah, Sandeep.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
Hello, hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Wahab, tell me, how is everybody? And okay, let me, both the people are, okay, let me take Sandeep at first and then Wahab. Yes, Sandeep.
Okay.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great, Sandeep. What about you?
Yes, sir. I am also good.
Yes, Sandeep. Tell me, how was your experience? It's your first time in
Sir,
the...
my experience is very good, sir. I learned many things from this class, and I will follow in my daily life. I will try to follow all these things in my daily life, and I think it will really help me in future.
Wonderful. So it's your first time and you have taken the initiative to speak in front of 20 people. Even that
Yes,
is the great thing, Sandeep, right?
thank you,
So
sir.
yeah, if you come and speak like this, definitely all of you, whenever you get the opportunity, just speak. Just speak. Do not think about criticism. Just speak. That's it. And
Hi,
yes,
Anandam sir.
yes, Sonia. Hi. Good evening.
How are you?
Great. Wonderful. What about you?
I'm good. I'm not attend to the full session, but 8 to 8:30, I'm attend your session, and I understand something. What you
Dal देना
tell?
भाई मेरी खानी है मैंने लाते.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, Sonia, continue.
What are you tell? You are always tell you learn and you go away and know anything doubt, and you will go, you will learn, and you will go and you will speak, you will that is your you will try to all participate, and I enjoy your session, and and uh, I understood what you tell.
Wow, good, Sonia. I remember that on the very first day you were quite hesitant to speak, but today, my God, in such a short span of time, you are speaking. Wow, good. That is called
Yes.
improvement. That's why I always do say people that do not focus on 100% improvement in one day. Focus on 1% improvement every single day, so that by the end of 100th day, you will be 100% improved.
Yes, sir.
Superb. Yes, now let's see.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. I'm waiting for to say something.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, how are
Hello.
you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. But after so long time, I sir attend to your sessions, because during the work, so I don't have time to take your sessions.
Correct.
But today, sir, I'm so happy because I attend your sessions and you told us to new things, and I apply myself, sir, and I start to new, sir. What I'm saying, sir.
It's good. Don't judge yourself, just speak up, right?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Yes. So whatever you have learned, promise me that you are going to apply it.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. I will apply myself, sir.
Wow, great. Wahab is somebody like who has been consistent and really good, Wahab. Though I know that you have a very hectic and busy schedule, and Wahab is somebody who started from Hindi, right? With zero, right, Wahab?
Yes, sir.
And somebody who did not know even single word of English, and today see he's speaking. So that is what is called as growth. He works upon himself. He studies. He reads, and at least now he's speaking. Wow, Wahab, good. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
and I'm also so very happy to witness you in the session. And I wish all of you that please be attentive, be regular in the workshops. As in the workshops, we work on mindset. And let me take few more people before wrapping up the session. Yes, Raju.
Yes, uh, I feel today this is the first day of my class. I attend the full class of first time, and the session was very good and informative for me. I learned a lot things of this workshop, and I will apply in my daily life. And I will in future, if any implementation I will experience with if I will learn any experience in future, I will share with you. And from today, I am going to start whatever you told me, and that's it. Thank you.
Super. I'm so very happy to see people taking initiative and speaking in front of so many people. Wow. Super.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yes, Rasika, very good evening. How are you doing?
Yes, sir, it was good.
Yes, Rasika.
I
Please.
want to just say that, sir. I want to just say one minute. I want to just say thank you for this session, sir. It was really good. I have learned many things from this session, and whatever characteristics have you given us, I will try to use it in my own life. Thank you for that.
Wow, good, Rasika. Very nice. Rasika is such a small kid. She's in class 12 and she has taken the initiative to unmute her audio and speak. Superb, Rasika. Congratulations. Very good. Wonderful. Yes, Raju has been waiting for his turn. Yes, Raju, please. Yeah, you're not audible, Raju. Okay, you are not audible, dear. I believe there is some network issue. Yeah, I can't hear you. And yes, before we check out the network at your end, Raju, maybe. And before we end yes, Srinivas, what about you, Srini? Please. How can we forget you? Yeah.
Hi, and a very good evening.
Very good evening.
It's a wonderful session, I would say. So there are a lot of takeaways from this session. So I'm definitely going to apply in my day-to-day career. So like I would say, like it's a wonderful session.
Great, wonderful, Srinivas. And very soon I want you to come and give the workshop.
Yeah, sure. Like as I said earlier, workshop. I'm going to do that.
Very good, very nice.
Thanks,
And yes,
thanks, Arindam, for your valuable session and time. Thank you.
most welcome, dear. Yes, Abhay. I can see Abhay as well. Abhay, how was your experience?
Yeah, hi. Actually, the session was good for as I'm joining first time. So it's for me giving me a very good understanding about what attitude we have to keep in mind so that we can achieve better in life as well as and to tackle this communication challenge also, and about what are the books which are better for reading. So I get also knowledge about that.
Super, very good. And Abhay, very soon I also want you to come and speak and give the workshop.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Very nice. Superb. I want to thank all of you. I want to clap for each and every one of you. Let me see till the end. You have decided to stay. Let me say thank you to Jijo, Raju, Mr. Abhay, and Mr. Anil, Lakshman, Miss Madhu, Palash, Rajiv, Rasika, Sandeep, Srinivas, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, Sriram, Vittal. Wow. Thank you so much. It
Hi,
means
Arindam. Can you hear me?
yes, Raju. Now you are audible. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Thanks for the wonderful and intriguing, outstanding session, Arindam, from your side. And I was inspired the way you carrying yourself and adding value and connecting to the people by your speech. I was inspired from that, and you added very insight things in this session. So definitely, I'll implement in my life. So I reach my goal. But I have one doubt. Like you said that if you want to success or achieve something, you don't want to be logical, right? But will this applicable for every time? Logical.
So when it comes to now people do confuse between logic and rational thinking. So of course you have to think, but when you want to think big, do not let your logic stop you. When you want to think big, use your imagination and inhibit your logic to stop you from that imagination. Imagine you giving speech in front of 100, 200 people